I'm from Texas. Woo! Yeah, nice. Yeah. It's a little different there. I looked it up. You guys only have one Denny's. Okay. And 21 IHOPs. Yeah. I hate IHOP. I'm pretty nationalist when it comes to IHOP. I go, IHOP, how about you hop back over that fucking border? I'm a Denny's guy. I'm a Denny's guy. Shaking it. I like Denny's because it reminds me things don't have to be good to be great. It's how you look at Denny's. So if you go into it with the attitude of, oh, I gotta eat next to a crack addict, and there's a dead baby in the bathroom, well then there will be. But if you can look at, oh, I get to eat next to a crack, how often? What an amazing... Things don't have to be good to be great. Like my grandmother, she lived through the Great Depression, and she would tell us these stories about how when she was a kid, on Christmas, she would get an apple and an orange, because the past was terrible. But she would get an apple and an orange, oh! And then she'd wipe off the dust with her dead brother or whatever material they had at the time. Because things didn't have to be good to be great. That's why I go to Denny's, to manage expectations. And check this out. Denny's gave me this keychain. Yeah. It gives me 20% off whenever I go to Denny's. So if you're like, oh, who's that loser up there? Look again, bitch. Facts don't care about your feelings. Welcome back to the show. Biggest show of my life. You IHOP piece of shit. I know one from a mile away. We got 4 Denny's in Austin. I call them the Big 4. And then we got a 5th Denny's that's connected to a Burger King. So it's a half Denny's, half Burger King situation. For the times where you get a Whopper, you're like, no, it'd be great with this an entire fucking breakfast. The combination, and that's so American to me. Like, I don't know how you grew up, but I grew up with a KFC, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut. Taco Huts. We built them after 9/11. The country needed the best parts of itself all in one place. And we built the Taco Huts and the terrorists didn't know what to... Oh no, they have all 3! And we said, fuck you, this is America. I'm gonna order chicken chalupa pop pizza pie, you terrorists. You have no idea what our country's capable of. You take our towers away, we'll build a Taco Hut tomorrow. Is this an IHOP crowd? Man, I like Denny's. They just hired Rajadnya over at the Northeast Denny's in Austin. Rajadnya looks like what you might, skinny white guy. She's cool. I like her a lot. She calls me Ranch. That's my nickname. Seriously, she goes, I call you Ranch because you always get mad at me when I don't bring the ranch. And I do. I get fucking furious. This isn't a goddamn IHOP. I expect service. And I got to tip Rajadnya $100 over Christmas, and that was a really good feeling because, well, a $100 tip is crazy anywhere, right? Okay, rich. $100 tip is crazy to me, but $100 to a Denny's employee? It's like, move that bus! You can make a difference at Denny's. You can't make a difference everywhere, but at Denny's you can be somebody. Because I don't have a lot of money or power, but at Denny's I do. I smoke weed with one of the Denny's employees, Dante. He's also at the Northeast location. We smoke weed in his van while my food is being cooked inside. I know, what am I, a prince? The Duke of Denny's? They say in stand-up to talk about what you know. This is what I know. I know it's not a highbrow. It's not a thinker. All my friends are like political and read, and good for them. I know Denny's. That's my area of expertise. That's the time in life where I get to go, actually. But you know Denny's trades on the stock market? If you're looking to diversify your portfolio, DENN is the ticker. And I don't know too much about the stock itself, but between us, get in early. I think I'd be a good CEO of Denny's. You know? Make Denny's decisions. Dylan, there's too many eggs in the egg drawer. What do we... And I'd say, short it, you know? Build a warehouse and fill it with naked women who sift Denny's pancake mix. What'd you cut it with, whore? That real Denny shit. I'm so tired of this fake Denny shit, man. I hate to come up here like some common Denny's opportunist. I was thinking about Don LaFrida the other day. She's the largest franchisee holder at Denny's. She owns 80 Denny's. And she used to own like 90, and so she went on Antoinette and Friends, which is a podcast with like 70 views. I'm like 5 to 8 of those. And Don LaFrida's on this podcast, and she's sad because she only has 80 Denny's now. And I want to tell Don LaFrida, hey, 80 Denny's is enough. You're worth it. And I think she's an impressive lady because Don LaFrida started off as a host at 16 years old. And now she owns over 80 Denny's. Imagine that. Starting off poor as shit, all these years later, she makes over $80,000 a year. All right, I'll stop talking about Denny's. I got in trouble recently. I've been calling things gay, but like the real way. The F slur. But I don't mean the F slur in like a derogatory way at all. At all. I mean the F slur in the way of when I see someone order fruit instead of hash browns at Denny's. Because that is a choice. Just so you guys know, it sucks when half the crowd likes that joke. I got a weird whiteboard at home. It reminds me of that Hercules story. Hercules has to choose between vice and virtue. And they're personified as these Greek goddesses. And, vice is like hot. She's like... She's trying to convince him, and virtue is like the one you marry. She's great, but So Vice tries to convince Hercules. She goes, Hercules, you should take my path, because you can have all you ever want and all the money and power and these milky tits. And Hercules goes, pretty. But then virtue comes, and she says, Hercules, Hercules, You should take my band. You'll have many obstacles, and you may never win, but you'll have taken the hero journey. And that's what Hercules does. He takes the path less traveled, because that's what matters. So yeah, I go to Denny's. I love you, New York. Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a